How far can we take Luton on Football Manager Season 6? So our first season in Europe last season, we got to the quarter-final, and we came 11th in the league. It was back to normal. Can we build a team that can push towards the top 7 again? We had a few outgoings. Because we've got a good few new gens coming in, but still, just getting that team consistent was an issue. We've got to let them grow. Now, Lorenzo Luca, I know this can be quite controversial because he has been probably the best striker for the last couple of seasons. Went to Wolves for 31 million. He didn't want to stay around and have a new contract because he had 2 years left. A bit stacked on my behalf. But I've got a lot of good strikers around there now. And in an FM save, you're never short of good new gen strikers. You're short of fullbacks who are good, but you're not short of strikers. So another player that went was Buonotte. Don't ask me if I pronounced that wrong. Sorry. Never quite reached the heights I need to. A lot will say it's for tactics, but as my new gen signings are showing, they're getting better. So 30 million, so already at 60 million I brought in. And the rest, just it's nothing really. That was more from last season. In terms of then when the window shut and opened, I still then did sell some players. I got 20 million for it. That was just a sign. I should have cashed in a bit before. It didn't work out. I was getting a bit desperate. 20 million. He's amazing on everyone else's save, but I couldn't get the best out of him. That's just on me. Josh Fagnerman didn't go well again for him. 17.25 million. I only bought him for what, 10, 12. But meh, he could play right and left a bit. Now this one was I got him on a free. He served the purpose. He wasn't very good, but I got 15 million from him from a free transfer. So Anderson, this is probably one of the last original players now, 6 million, amazing servant, but he just sort of fell down the pecking order, really. Some people went out on loan, a few youngsters went. One of the only good youth intake players has gone as well. Now, in terms of what I brought in, so brought in a centre-back, another kind of Brazilian one from the Spanish division for 22.5 million. He's been very solid in that league for a couple of years, and I needed to do that. Victor, which is pre-arranged from last season, a young Brazilian comes in, another wonder kid kind of player. Was it? Yeah, he has got wonder kid tag. £6 million. You always get 2 or 3 fantastic players from Serbia in FM, and this is the first I've got. 6 million. He scored 12 goals from that in the Serbian league, and he could be a hero in this save. Remember the name because I probably can't pronounce it. And then brought in another one, centre back, very solid centre back, French one. For 8 million from the Spanish league, actually. This started his career at Lyon, but never went through. And then a backup keeper I just had to get in for 7 million from Leipzig. And this was going back to last season. And going into this season, Harvey Elliott, 13 million. I'm on loan. I had a 21 million loan fee, but let me on 13. He can play around many positions, and he was good for me on loan last year. And then another from River Plate. Obviously, you can only get 6 a season. You've got to be careful. Right winger Viviano for 5.75 million, and then I've got a left back in. Nice to get a decent regen left back in early. Mexican from the Mexican league for 7 million. Also takes time for him to get up to sort of pace probably, and then a right back from River Plate again, 9.5 million again. So I'm getting your typical Football Manager team. This is where it's going right now. These are my players. So it looks a lot more solid. There's a really solid back four there. That is a solid squad. I've got Ramiro, who's been doing really well. And yeah, also Adam Morton as well. From the first signings, he's got an injury, which is why he's not in the 11 you're seeing right now at this stage. But yeah, so this is how it goes. Without Europe, I hope in less games we can go for it a bit, try and put pressure on that top 7 again. And it starts as well. A 3-2 win at Derby in the opening game. And then a 4-0 win against Stoke showed that we are quality, or at least a quality above the sort of lesser teams. 3-0 defeat at Man United followed. Beat West Ham away in the League Cup. Drew against Arsenal thanks to a late Baldini goal. Another one of my youngsters coming through. Striker. Got battered in the League Cup away. Disappointing, really disappointing for Everton. Beat Chelsea 3-1, so the signs are coming through. The signs are there. And these are all my young players. Adam Wharton's shown what a great player he is. Lost at Liverpool, disappointing. Draw against Fulham. Draw against Leicester, that's really frustrating. Look how we threw it away, 3-1 up. So the signs are there, but for a couple of years, I feel like I'm going to be plagued with this. I need to let these players grow. Really disappointed against Watford. I had a little bit of a tweak tactically. Still stayed on the 4-2-3-1 there. Battered Wolves 5-0 then with Baldini getting there. I really needed that win. You'll see, we're only 4 points off Europe. I don't think we've got the consistency as it stands. The team is looking quite nice. Like, that is a nice front three. That team there hopefully will grow, and it will grow. Moving forwards, lost at Newcastle, but we beat Brentford. Crazy end of that game. Drew at Villa. Nah. Drew against Forest. That's what I mean. Just really frustrating games. Like we should be these home games where we keep drawing. Those ones that frustrate me more than when you lose at a top 6 team. To be honest. And then we drew at Man City just to throw it in. You know, beat Tottenham 2-1. See, we're showing signs. Drew at West Ham, so unbeaten. Smashed Brighton 5-2. Drew at Stoke, 95th minute. I thought that would have been a really good run of form we put together. And we smashed Derby 5-0. So we go to New Year's Day, still 10th in the league. Still 4 points off Europe. Got a game in hand. However, I had a lot of money from the players that I've been selling. Got this guy coming in for 14.25 million from Mexico again. And then one of my favourite players from last season, we're going out to break the bank for. I had him on loan. He's brilliant. He's transfer listed. We're getting him in for 36 million. I'm getting another new gen in, 4.5 million from Uruguay this time, Kamara. Done all right out there. And then hopefully another one. I don't think I'm going to get that striker though because of other players coming in. And then we were looking at this guy as well, but I might have to wait till next season. And again, he looks so good for an star because I brought in too many players under 21. We then had a scare non-league Ebbsfleet in the FA Cup. We beat them in the replay, thankfully. So I don't play your weekend team. When we lost 2-1 to Man United, look, they've got Shaquille Van Persie's son now. He's got an English nationality on this game as well. Beat Everton 4-1, commanding win. Look at my players really starting to come through. You're going to see a lot of these names a lot now. And then a 4-2 win at Chelsea. This was the first time we've gone and got a result at a top 6 team. Like, is this? I was saying we're starting to grow now. That team you're going to see there, a lot of those players are going to be a while. Get used to them. And then annoying defeat home to Liverpool. But in terms of the January business, Ashley Phillips, 32.5 million. English centre back. Also got a lot of competition at centre back now. Haven't really played for Tottenham much. I was going to call him Ben. We got Ben in. You know his middle name permanently. We've got an English new gen from Peterborough, who's 10 goals in League One, and we've loaned him back to Peterborough. 4.2 million we spent on him. And we've got this guy in. He hasn't got best potential, but he's just got some decent stats. He's from Sunderland. Needs to get a few of the English new gens in again, I think, to get the rules. But 18.25 million, and his first 3 games have been outstanding. And then we end up getting another right back in just because I can, just because he came up 30 million. You know, I'm investing in the future. I'm investing in the future. So Nuno Tavares, this is why I got that right back in, because I had to. He's been one of my favourite players, but it was a big offer. He wanted to go to Atletico Madrid, so 26.5 million, and then sold a new gen back who's never really going to show in potential. Got him for 1.4 million like 3 years ago, so I'm 10.5. And then this was the big one. This is why I had so much money. One of my favourite players in this, Ramiro. I had to, well, who's now Ramiro departed. Terrible. 83 million. The first time we've got a big sale in, which is why I got those players. And 7.75 million though. We signed them for. Big loss, but it's going to happen. I've got to, sell a big player every year or two. I will also try and make this a sustainable business model, but we've still got a great team. Victor's starting to play a few games now. And then Baldini. I've got a lot of new gen strikers, and I just need to make one consistent and one work, which they're all inconsistent. So, but in terms of the league, Europe's pretty much far gone now. 9th place. We can just get top half, build on it next season. Club's looking good financially because of all the sales. The business model of getting these young players in and selling 1 or 2 here and there is really starting to happen, and we're really starting to mould a decent team, which in a couple of seasons should hopefully be a constant team in the top 7. Now the season carried on like it had been all year, to be honest. Mid-table, battered Fulham away, lost home to Man United, drew at Leicester, beat Watford 2-1. So we're getting some really good wins in. My new players are still doing really well. 1-1 at Wolves, and then a 2-1 defeat home to Newcastle. That really ended any outside chances that we were starting to. It's still possible we're starting to get that sort of top 7, sort of top 6. And a win there would have actually provisionally put us top 7. Obviously, it depends on cups and coefficients and all that stuff. But we're there. We're at a couple results. But can we, with a few tough games coming up, can we break the top 7 again? But then, just like 2 years ago, we turned into one of the best teams in the league for the last couple of months. 3-2 win at Brentford. Battered Arsenal 4-0 again. What a statement of intent. Baldini getting a hat-trick. My other new gen, David, the winger. 2-2 draw against Villa, though. Frustrating. At least we rescued something. Battered Forest 4-1. Again, look at these lads coming in. Ross on a couple of years ago. Baldini, he's my striker. He's really starting to show his worth. We then held Man City at home to 2-2 draw. Got my DM, Look at these 2 late goals. Victor, another young Brazilian striker, and then my holding midfield, my Danish big holding midfielder I'm really attached to. There was a baller midfielder. And the crucial result, at this point I was 7th, came when I won 5-1. 5-1 at Tottenham. Not White Hart Lane, as I said a few seasons ago. But look at that. And this team, am I starting to make strides? Meant with 2 games to go, we were 6th. I mean, it'd be such a shame if we didn't get Europe with this form. We've got West Ham at home. We've got Brighton away. We should do it. And if that means we've got to Europa League for the 2nd time in 3 years. And just like 2 years ago, last 2 games, we did it in style. Battered West Ham 4-2. Baldini again, what a player. And David, or David, I'm going to call him. And a 4-0 win at Brighton. You know, we'd already qualified at that point. My DM scoring, Baldini again. I mean, look at this guy. Look at him. He scored 17 after a slow start to life as a Luton player, 17 in 29. We actually would then go and finish above Tottenham. They got Conference League. There would be a bit of a rivalry between Luton and Tottenham, just saying, because they're trying to buy a lot of our players. As the years go on. How far can we take Luton Town on Football Manager Season 6 They're a really weird team in this stage. They are there and then they're not. A bit like us, really. As you will see. Arsenal weight starting to decline quite a lot. He's leaving us. He is going to Leicester, the centre-back. I just got too many centre-backs in the end. So, yeah, 4 centre-backs. The one flop is Ashley Phillips. I didn't scout him properly, did I? I played him in a few. He didn't even play in the league. That's how strong that team was at the end. 32.5 million. I played in the cup. He didn't do great. This young team is starting to come through. Even my right back started to get best in the season, and my left back. So, really starting to get there. Which is great. And David, he is the one. Baldini as well. So we shall see. Thank you for watching.